our schedule for just a few months. Who knew that we were going to be dealing with this 5+ months in, and we're still dealing with it. But I will tell you this, 2 weeks from today, unless something changes, we will move into our next phase of opening up the campus as we begin to have our community groups again. And so pray over that, please. Yeah, it's a good thing. Pray for that. Pray for our leaders. Because of the way we are structured, the way our volunteers staff is demographically spread out, one of the areas of concern has to do with children. Quite a few of the folks who minister and serve our children week in and week out are in that older age group that can be held compromised, and that has an impact upon our children's ministries in particular. So we encourage you to be praying over that. Now's a really good time to be thinking and praying about your level of involvement in being able to serve that particular demographic of our church. And we got a lot of things that are going on next door in the building. We've not really given you an update as to what's been going on next door. A few months ago, we sent out an email letting you know that we're able to proceed and begin to move forward with the renovation project next door. And if you paid much attention outside, there have been some things happening on the parking lots, and we've got the roof is being replaced and repaired. That work is ongoing. But things haven't advanced next door inside the building as much as we had liked. Working with the company that is doing the renovations, they had hoped that they would have begun back in July. Actually, folks, we're still waiting on some permits. And so the building's ready to go. There have been a few things that we've been able to do and to get prepared. Let me also tell you this. People have often wondered what's been going on behind the scenes with our church staff. For months, our church staff, particularly our Next Gen ministry and a few others, have been working very diligently cleaning up 25+ years of ministry and getting things settled. You can't imagine the things that we have found in closets throughout this building. And so we've done a lot of clearing out and getting prepared so that when the construction crews come in, hopefully, maybe even this week, they would be unimpeded in any particular way. So pray for all of that. We know that things are going to be a little upside down when you get in there in a couple of weeks. Just be understanding. We really thought that we might be finished with this project by the end of September. We just need to pray it starts in September, all right? Can we do that? All right. Listen, we're going to take a pause today. We have been journeying since the beginning of the year through the book of Acts. I hope you've enjoyed the study. It's been a blessing to me, but it's been really encouraging. We're going to take a pause, though, today and next week and take a step away. I will tell you, 2 weeks from today, on that first Sunday following Labor Day, we're going to begin a brand new series, but it's still going to be in the book of Acts. But we're going to be starting Acts chapter 13. If you go all the way back to Acts chapter 1, verse 8, you remember Jesus made a statement there about us being witnesses in Jerusalem and Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth. And there have been several scholars who rightly, I believe, have said that verse is really an outline for the book of Acts. And we've been looking at the progression of the gospel as it began with the early church, the first Christians, in the city of Jerusalem, and then as it began to expand outward into the surrounding region. And beginning in Acts chapter 13, you see Jesus allowing the church to be witnesses to the end of the earth. And so we will begin looking at the spread of the gospel on its missionary travels through the work of Paul and others, beginning in chapter 13. Let me tell you what we're naming this series. The series is going to be called Carriers, right? And I'm playing off this, we got this virus going around, and they say that all of us are carriers of the virus. Let me tell you what we're really carriers of. We are carriers of the gospel. And just as a virus can become viral and it can spread and multiply, even more so, the gospel ought to be spread and multiplying. As we come into contact with others, they get infected with the gospel of Jesus Christ and it begins to spread to person after person after person. So beginning next 2 weeks from today, beginning in Acts chapter 13, we'll begin that journey. And it's not going to be a short series. I've counted it up. There are over 30 messages that we're going to have beginning in Acts chapter 13 to the end of the book. So get ready. We got a lot. We got more than half of the book of Acts in front of us. So with that in mind, I want us to take a pause today, all right? We're going to do this week, we're going to do it next week. And since we've been in a narrative set of passages through the study of Acts these last 6 months or 8 months or so, we're going to go into a teaching passage. We're going to go to an epistle. So if you'll open up your Bible to Paul's teachings, his letter to Timothy, the second letter to Timothy, chapter 2. That's where we're going to be today. 2 Timothy chapter 2. And we'll be looking at verses 14 down to verse 18 today. And we'll be in a different place next week before we pick up this series again in a couple of weeks. As you're turning, let me ask you, have you ever had any regrets? Here's somebody laughing because, yeah, you live long enough, let's put a plural on that, right? I'm one. I have a number of regrets in my life. I'm trying my best to live this day without regret. But many days I find myself wishing that I hadn't said that or thought that or focused my time on something. Well, today's message is entitled No Regrets. And if you have no regrets, that's because you're probably 3 or 4 years of age, right? You know, the longer you live, the more opportunity that you have to make choices that have led to mistakes you've made